Yeah, I want to tell you some story because it's late nights and we don't have anything to do and it's very cold outside. So we will just keep the fire on and keep talking, if that's fine with you.
Yes.
Yeah?
Go ahead.
So I'll tell you a very interesting story. In 2015, we went to Afghanistan. And it was one of the most memorable trips of my life. I've been in a lot of such adventures. One is very interesting, of Afghanistan. The reason I want to tell this to you is because it will inspire you. It's an inspiring story. So what happened was in 2015, I was in my house. So there were some friends who showed up all of a sudden, and then they were like, let's go to Afghanistan. I said, yes, it's a trip on my mind, but I was never prepared for it. I was never mentally prepared to go there. When they were here, I said, see, I have some guests here. What we can do is you guys can go to either Sost or somewhere, wait for me, and then if I get free, I'll join you guys. They agreed. They said, yeah. I said, do you guys have permission? They said, yeah, we do. We got permission from the FCNA, from the military office headquarters in Kyrgyz. I said, fair enough. Then I was with the guest, I said bye to them, and then in the evening I asked my cousin to drive me to Sost. And he agreed, he said, yeah, I can. I said, we will go there if the boys are there. I was in contact with them, they said we are camping in Borit Lake, the lake just, there. And then my cousin agreed, and then we went to this last town in Pakistan, which is called Sost. So it's the border town with China, from where you go to China or Afghanistan. So then there are other villages on this side, on the Chaporsan Valley side, but there are no villages on this Khunjrab side. That's the last village, the last town. Anyways, we went there, we bought our stuff. I met the guys, I said, yeah, let's buy our stuff and then let's leave. So we did an hour or 2 hours of shopping and everything. We packed our sleeping bags, everything. And everything was clear from our side at least. And then we finally left. We went to this village called Shitmerg or Zudkhon, which is like the last village in Chaporsan Valley. Then, you go further and you go to Afghanistan. Anyways, we stayed there the night. The next morning we woke up, we said, hey, see, we have a lot of luggage. We cannot carry this luggage with us. Let's hire a donkey from someone. Because some of the locals told us that there are some donkeys which you can hire. The next morning started searching for a donkey. We went to this person. So we saw that he's taking water or sand or something from the river on the donkey to his house. So we went to him, we said, hey, can we borrow a donkey? He said, not this one, but I have another donkey which is like the Oston, the Babagundi place. It's right next to it. Maybe you'll be able to find it, and if it's like this, he told us, it looks like this, blah, blah, blah. However donkeys look, because we had no idea how donkeys look. Anyways, we packed up, we went to the military checkpost. We said, hey, see, we have the permission from FCNA. They said, yeah, we can see that, but we need to confirm it from FCNA. So there's no fencing or anything. So they walked for quite some distance, and then one guy went for 1 or 2 hours, and then he spoke to FCNA. They said, yeah, we have allowed them, give them the permission to go. So we left. By this time, it was around 1 o'clock or something. We left Babagundi. Then there are some forests, the thorn and wreck forest, right next to the river in Babagundi. In that forest, it's very interesting that it's just a small forest, but you cannot see through the forest. We went to this hilly place and looked inside the forest, and we spotted some donkeys. So it took us 3 hours to catch one donkey. By the time we caught the donkey, it was already dark. And then we brought the donkey near our tent. We set our tent, and we tied it to a small a thorn, the sibek thorn. So we just tied it there. Fair enough. We slept the night, and it was raining the whole night. And when we woke up in the morning, it was already snow everywhere. It was the end of September, I believe. So in the next morning, we did our breakfast and then we loaded everything on the donkey. To our surprise, there was another donkey with that donkey, which seems like its baby. But we tried to, separate them, but the baby was still following us. But also, we didn't know how to load a donkey. It was our first time to load a donkey. So we loaded it our way. And then we went halfway. The donkey was quite slow, and we were like, okay, it's going to get used to this path because it's a very rough path. But as soon as we started climbing, the donkey got really slow, till we reached a certain point. And there was water running down you can hear the water, like a lot of water running beneath you, but you cannot see it. So then we were there and we're looking, where does this water go? It's not like little water, it's like a whole stream of water going below the mountain, but we cannot see it, it was inside the rocks. We said, hey, let's see where this water comes out. It's quite interesting, just the sound. So we went a bit down, and then we saw a guy who was sitting down there near the cow shed and goat shed, and he was most probably a shepherd. So we went to him. He said, hey, where are you guys from? We said, we are from this place. He said, where are you heading to? We said, Afghanistan. He said, oh, that's nice. From where? I said, from Irshad Pass. He said, okay, great. So we said, what are you doing here? He was like, I'm here just for my turn of Shpanig, when you take turns as a shepherd. So it was his turn, and he said, I'm with 3 other colleagues. They are somewhere in the mountain. So do you guys want to drink tea? We said, yeah, sure. So he made us some tea. We drank tea there. We got some energy, and then we started walking again. So we walked for almost, he said, after 1 or 2 hours, you will meet my colleagues. So we walked for almost 4 or 5 hours, but we didn't meet anyone. And also the donkey was trying to go up, but we were trying to press him down. Not going up this side. Mind me for my language. It will come. So yeah. So anyways, what happened was we reached at a place and we camped. We set our tent there. We tied the donkey to this place, and we asked DJ, you can sit here and make us some food. We will go and try to find out the way. So yeah, Naveed stayed back. Me and Atif went. We went and we went quite far, almost 1 hour of walk, and then we saw a glacier starts from there onward. And the glacier ends up into a mountain. It's like this steep mountain that goes up, and it's whole covered with snow. Me and Atif were looking at each other that we are not even prepared for all these gears and going to such a height. If this is the way to Afghanistan, it's almost impossible to cross over the mountain because it's so high and so snowy and everything. And we said, might be that we are wrong. We are on the wrong path. Because we also didn't see the shepherds. The guy was saying that there would be shepherds. Hey, let's go back to the shepherds. It was around 10 o'clock. We finished our food and everything. At 1 o'clock, we put everything there, our tent and everything. Me, Ali, Atif, and we had our lamps and everything. So we came all the way from that place down to the shepherd's hut, which was like 2 hours away. We came there, and there were those 4 people, and they said, oh yeah, we already got that you guys are on the wrong way because we didn't see you on the way. Now, because we were so tired as hell, and we wanted to just sleep there without even sleeping bag and everything, we said we'll set a small fire there because there you don't find wood to make fire. You usually make fire with, all the goat shit from the goat shed. You take it out and then you make a fire with it. So we'll make a fire, we'll do whatever, but we are not gonna go back because we're so tired. And then we started talking, and then they were like, hey, you guys were in the donkey, right? I said, yeah. I said, where's the donkey? Near the camp. He was like, did you guys tie it or kept it open? So we proudly said, we tied it. He said, oh, hell no. Because once you tie a donkey, something can easily eat it because it has no other way to run away. So something is going to eat it, most probably wolves and snow leopard. He said, you guys did the wrong thing, now go back. If you want to save the donkey, you have to go back. We started our journey back. Another 2 hours. We reached there in the tent, and the donkey was fine. There was no other animal around, and then we went to sleep. And around 11 o'clock, I guess, we woke up. We put everything on the donkey, and then we started walking, and the shepherd came with their flock of sheep and goats. And then they said, see, now you have to go like this, and then you climb up, and then you go over to the pass, and then you will be in the Pamir. He said it will take not more than 2 days to reach there. We said, fair enough. We started climbing. As soon as we reached just the base camp of the pass, it started snowing with a very strong wind and blizzard. And we were shivering, and we were trying to, we set our camp near a stone just to protect ourselves a little bit from the cold and the wind and everything. We tied the donkey outside, and it was, a bit calm and everything. So we said, okay, let's now go up. So we went, a little bit higher, and then we camped there and then slept there. There was a khun manak, in Wakhi language we have, for the shepherds, they make their khun manak, a little bit of shelter and everything, especially when it rains and something. They put a plastic cover on top and sleep under the shed. We set up our tent within the khun manak there. This morning we woke up, and to our surprise, our donkey was with 7 other donkeys. So we didn't even know which one is ours.
They were looking the same.
Because they were all looking the same. We said, okay, whichever has its fur a bit, pressed with the luggage, so we would know that this is the one. We put our rope and, tried to catch the donkey, and it took us 5 hours to catch it again. But we don't know whether it was the same donkey or some other donkey. And it has been now 8 years, so I don't clearly remember. But yeah, we caught some donkey, and then we loaded it. Now we knew how to load a donkey, because when we were meeting the shepherds, they saw us, how we loaded the donkey, and they were really, really mad at us. They said, poor animal needs to breathe. You don't tie it like a radar, we got of sore and everything. So they showed us how to do that, and then the donkey was also very loyal to us then when we did everything right. So maybe the donkey knew that, these guys now know how to work with me. 5 hours, and it was already, late afternoon, and we wanted to penetrate the pass as quickly as we can. And then we started going up. And it was so steep, and it was, I guess, the pass is 5,000 something meters, 400 or 5 something. Like, it's quite high. And toward the end, it's also not easy to go on the top, because there is snow beneath the rocks. So as soon as you put your feet, it takes you down. And it's like this slope down. So I said, okay, Ali Atif, you, DJ, you guys can stay here. Give me the rope. I'll go up and put the rope down so that you guys can easily climb with the donkey. Because the donkey was slipping more than us. So we wanted to bring the donkey up first. I was like, hey, where's the donkey? They said, oh, it was here. And then they turned out and there was no donkey. And then we saw that the donkey is going down, it's descending. And it took us so many hours to bring it to that place. Now it was descending. And with our sheets, so it took our sheets and everything, ran away. Anyways, we took the luggage to the top. We went into this argument there. I'm scared because I recently bought this jacket. I don't want it to get burnt.
That's fine.
So yeah, we went into the argument. I was arguing with Ali Atif, and DJ was trying to calm us down. And also we didn't know that, we were like really angry at each other. Later on, we got to know that when you are at such an height, because there's less oxygen, and when something goes wrong, terribly wrong, then your mind doesn't really process, in a good way. Both were calm, and then at some point, and then we started taking pictures of each other. It was so nice from such a viewpoint, you have all the mountains beneath you. But we didn't realize that it's already getting dark because you are at a height, you still see the sun and everything, and you think that, it's still day or whatever you call it, we still have time. But as soon as we started descending, it was dark like this. Oh no, what to do now? And then we had our lamps, and then the lamps we were climbing down. Maybe it took us 3 hours, and we reached it someplace. And there were water going on, and there was a little bit of grass which saw around. We were like, perfect place to camp. So we camped there. And then the next morning we took like really, with our luggage, what we did was once the donkey ran away, we said, see, whatever is essential, we will take only that. The rest we will put in another bag and throw it. We just took one extra pair of jeans and one extra pair of shirt, and same for everyone. And everyone was obliged to throw away all this stuff. And in the morning I also had a problem with my shoes. When I woke up, I saw that there was a big cut on my shoes, and even my shoes is not the proper shoes to hike with. And then I took some strip from my scarf. Then I started making it because we had no first aid kit with us, no sieving threads or needle or anything. So I made these artificial needles and put it there, and made very artificial stitching of my shoes.
You can see.
But it was fair enough to take me somewhere. But to my surprise, it took me the whole way, but that's now quite long. So let me now tell you the story of this particular place. Then we woke up relaxed the next morning. When we woke up in the morning, there were a lot of ibexes. There were some down beneath us, there were some above us, and it was such a nice, surreal scene there. Are you getting bored?
No.
I know it's a long story, but bear with me for a
I
minute.
am enjoying that.
I'll try to make it as quick as possible. So we were enjoying that scene, and then we started walking. After doing a little bit of walk, we saw that there are a lot of yaks on the other side, and there's one person as well with the yaks. The person saw us, and it collected all the yak and started running downwards. We were like, we are in Afghanistan. We thought that we are in Afghanistan now. Okay, this is the person, these are their yaks. Maybe he got scared or whatever, but he went along with 100, 200 yaks. And then he was on the other side of the river, we were on this side of the river. And then we kept going. And at one point we saw a small hut at a far distance. And then slowly we started nearing the hut, and we were really scared because there were two people there near the hut. They were roaming around the hut. We were like, are they the Taliban? We are in Afghanistan. We don't know which part of Afghanistan we are in. And what sort of people we're going to meet. Are they going to shoot? Are they going to fire at us or something, So we went down into a stream, and we sat there for maybe 1 hour, 2 hours discussing, that how to cope up with these people, how to go, who will go first and everything. We said, okay, let's go. Okay, there's one, yeah. I said, let's go. Whatever happens. We are gonna go. Yeah. So where were we? Yeah. We were waiting for the guy, and then we decided, okay, now it's gonna get dark. Yeah, it's gonna get dark. We have to, reach this place. As soon as we arrived there, they were looking at us, and then they were talking in Urdu. Bhaijan kidhar se ho? So we said we are from Hunza. They said, okay, yahan kya karne aaye? Why are you here? We said we are going to Afghanistan. He said, oh, okay. Why? We said we are going there to shoot a documentary. As soon as they took us inside their house, the hut, they started talking in Wakhi among each other. And I was understanding them. I said, this Wakhi is not the Wakhi of Afghanistan. I was like, these people don't sound like, they sound like Chipursan, people from Chipursan. Then I said, Baijan Sashtab, Hika. He said, yes. He said, are you Hik as well? I said, yes. They were like, where are you from? I said, Wolkin. They said, we are from Reshit. All three of them. And they said, we are here as a York Shepherd. These York belong to the people of Chipursan, and we come here as a shepherd. Okay, fair enough. And then they were somehow related to us as well. So they said, I know your father and everything. I was like, okay, perfect. I said, where's Afghanistan? They said, still 1 or 2 days from here. This is now our 4th day. We are not in Afghanistan yet. We are excited that we met these people, but we are also very angry that it's been 3-4 days and we are still in the middle of nowhere. Because people told us that it's 3-day journey, maximum 3 days. Otherwise, people also do it for 2 days. But yeah, I understand that we went a bit off track, but still. They said, okay, now just take this path, go down there, cross the stream, go further down, there is this hut, then from that hut you have to cross the river, go in the other hut, and from there go up, and there will be Afghanistan. And by the 3rd day, because we thought we are going to reach Afghanistan 3 days, and our food and stock was just for 3 days. The only thing we had was extra apricot and extra ptok, which these shepherd gave us. It's very nice of them that, despite they're not having sufficient food there in the middle of nowhere, in this isolated place, they still said, okay, we will make you 5-6 shapik and give it to you. Maybe it will help you reach Afghanistan. In case if you get stuck for 1 day or 2 days on the way, it will help you. And we went down, as they said, and we are crossing one dasht, these plains. And then there's another plane like the same distance. We crossed it. We are like, is it going to come now? And like this, the whole day went by, which was 8 hours of walk. There was no hut. And all of a sudden, we reached at this place, which is called Punjab, because there's a lot of water and everything. So the water was coming down like a very nice waterfall. And then I went closer to the waterfall. I put my hand in there, and it was really hot. I was like, what? This is a hot water. I told everyone, hey, it's a hot water. Let's go take a shower. Then we all took off our clothes and we were taking a shower after 3-4 days. And then it was quite nice. And we made some tea there, drank it. And then I said, now let's cross the river. We had 2 options, either to stay in this hut and cross the river the next morning, because during the morning the water level goes down. When the water level goes down till the morning, then we will cross. But I said, let's take a risk. Let me check. I'll go a little bit in the water, and if it's like really, really pushing me, then we can't go. They said, no, you cannot go alone. We'll go together. Let's put everything on our top, because the water was like till here. Like here we were, till our neck was only visible and everything was in the water. And we were slowly going, and the water's pushing us. We were holding each other tightly and like really, really slowly, because in water you have to put your feet really slow. You don't take it out, because then the water pressure is going to put you down, and once you're down, you're gone. So we were really slowly. Somehow we managed to come to the other side. And we were really excited, congratulating each other, took our stuff back to there was another hut on the other side of the river. We went straight to the hut. We were so tired, so exhausted, we didn't even eat, I believe. We made a little bit of fire. It was such a nice, cozy place to sleep. A little bit better than our previous huts, so we slept there. And in the morning, I heard these voices outside. I said, we are in Afghanistan. I said, get up. I'm hearing some voices of people outside. We got up, we got out of the hut, and those guys were also surprised. They were looking at us, what are you doing here? I told them the story that we are coming from Pakistan. We are here to make a documentary. Habib, you made a lot of fire here.
You're going to.
So anyways, and they said, yeah, we're going to take you up. Up is our village, Qashim. And there was a guy called Liqo who was their boy, who was the head chief of the tribe there. He said, we would go to Liqo. Whatever he decides for you will be the final decision. Fast forward, we helped them build the cowshed, because they said after some days we are going to immigrate here, so we need someone to build the cowshed. So we said, okay, we will help you build the cowshed. And they said, in return, we'll give you tea and talk. We said, perfect. Perfect exchange partner. We needed food and also, a guide. They said, this is the condition. We helped them construct the cowshed and everything, and those two people took us up the mountain. As soon as I arrived up there was a girl on a donkey. There were two donkeys going ahead, and the girl was really riding the donkey like a pro and everything. All of this was a surprise, and the girl was 10, 12 years old, or maybe less than that. She was like a really young girl, maybe 8 years old, riding a donkey and taking two donkeys. And then we saw some goats and sheep around, and we were like, okay, we are in Afghanistan, perfect. In the Pamirs, and among the tribes. So they took us in the house, and as soon as we entered the house, all the other people from the surrounding, and there were 2-3 other houses, I believe, they came and they were standing at the door and looking at us. That who are these people? Like really, in a mystery. And then the guy said, okay, we are going to make you some food. They brought they put sugar in rice and put oil on top of it, like a molida, but a molida of rice.
They call rice.
Yeah, sheer is sugar, branch is rice. This sugar rice, so eat this. I said, give us some. It has been a long time, we haven't had proper food. Why don't you cut some meat and bring it to us and everything? They said, yeah, it was going to cost you, give us some money and give us medicines and everything. And we said, yeah, we will give you batteries and everything. So we gave them small gifts, but they were not satisfied with our gifts, because we also didn't have enough thing with us, because we left all the unnecessary things behind. Then he agreed that tomorrow 2 guys are going to take you to Khashtgos, which is like another village where there are maybe 7, 8, 9 households. And their boss is Liqo. They call him Muki Liqo. So we agreed. We slept. The next morning we had breakfast, and I couldn't sleep because there were a lot of stuff, a lot of insects going on in the blanket and everything, and it was a lot of mouse in the house and entering I couldn't sleep the whole night because there was one mouse entering time and again into my sleeping bag. Anyways, the next morning we had breakfast, and then the boy, Qabot, his name was Qabot, came to us and he said, no, my guys are gonna go with the yaks and you guys can go by yourself. We even showed him the money. See, we'll pay you this, just let them come with us. He said, no, they're not going to come with you. Just go like this and you will reach the next. I said, okay, we started our journey again. Yeah, I guess he gave us one donkey. He said, I'll give you the donkey, but not the boys. Surprisingly, this state was quite short distance, and we literally reached there in 2 hours or something, 2.5 hours. The shortest walk we did. Otherwise, 8, 12 hours was our daily walk. But this day it was quite nice. We arrived there freshly. They took us into the house. They made tea for us. It's called Mehman Khana, house for the guests. It was a yurt, so but a more decorated yurt for the mehman. They were asking me, who are these two people? Are you Taliban or Daesh? Because in the northern Afghan, they're not educated. The only news they hear is on the radio. So through the radio, they know that Taliban exists, Daesh exists.
Nee, Savaks kunnen Vaksen, ik kotte. Kun je niet hebben dat ding?
Ja, zeker, nee hoor.
Ja, dat is ook.
Niet terugis, moet baf dit.
Wacht, sorry.
Kijk, dat kan doe je
داعش نومه و داعش قشنگ
دایش.
Het was juist ja beloniest ne. Ja zo.
اترم عراق پلوتون نیترم افغانستان بریوش پاکستان هست نه
Pakistan کوی بیشتر کرده چی مالم ساکن کرده نی الله تعالی.
Koyun şiş kokpat.
کنیز دادرا
Kana ya.
Ezde filmimiz koktu.
These are these militant groups that they exist, and they have beard and everything, and we were bearded. No, how come they cannot speak their mother tongue and everything? Anyways, it was quite a drama there. And then we were inside the Mehman Khana. They said, now take rest. We were taking rest, and they were stealing our stuff, our gloves and everything. They took it because for them, it was like when there are leftovers from war. So for them, our stuff are like that. We are sleeping, and they were. And then we were a bit asleep, and then I heard someone talking on the wireless. They have the sets that you speak in certain distance. Yeah, they have solar power to charge it, and then they talk. And they were saying, there are 3 people who came from Pakistan, and they are bearded, and the 2 of them does not speak the language, and I don't know if they are from the Daesh or the Taliban. So what to do with them? And he was responding from the front that Askar, Askar means for army. Let's send the army. After it, they went for a break to milk the yaks. I woke these guys up. I said, hey, this is what I heard. This guy talking on the phone. We are now in a very bad position. What to do now? Then we left the yurt, and then we started going down the river, and we started following the river. We went a bit higher, and then I went up, and then I saw a whole lot of group of people coming with their goats, horses, yaks and everything. Then they were marching toward us. I was like, we are in trouble. And then I was slowly looking at them and then hiding, then looking at them and then hiding. And as soon as they came closer, I recognized Ramon from Chipursan. I said, this looks like Ramon. Shall I come out or not? But they came more closer, and then I went out. I said,
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
I said, are you Ramon? He said, yes. I said, are you Mahmoud? I said, yes. What are you doing here in the middle of nowhere? I was totally relieved. I was like, okay, now I saw these people. And he said, Alam is on his horse at the back, which is my cousin, son of my mother's sister. And Alam also came. He said, what are you doing here? I said, this happened. And he came. He said, who said it? I said, this guy. He got really angry. And then he was shouting at them that he's my brother, what you did to my brother. He said, we don't know who is your brother. Because 2 are not speaking. This guy is speaking, but in a very, not fluent Wakhi. So that was a relieving point, and they are like, what are you? Why are you here? We said, to shoot a documentary. They said, now just follow us back tomorrow. Don't stay here. These guys will do something to you, then we are not responsible. Why didn't you came with us? We said, we didn't know you guys are going into such a sudden plan. At least for me it was sudden, but they had already planned with someone, but that guy left them. So I said, this happened. He said, you are my cousin. I would not love to put you in any trouble. So come with me. So during the night, they were doing some barter trade. Initially there were barter trade, but now because America was there back then in Afghanistan in 2015, so they were a lot into dollars. So they would take, $400, $800 for one big yak, $400 for small. So they were just exchanging money in front of me there. And then at night we went out, we did some stargazing for the first time, like very relaxed, and I took some pictures. And then we came back to the tent, we slept. The next morning we woke up and I told Alam, see, it has been this many days, I'm walking. I have zero energy to go back. I need to regain my energy. He said, you don't worry. They bought a goat. He said, here's my horse. You ride my horse. That's all you have to do. And wherever is plain, ride it. Wherever it's not, just carry it. And we then followed the way back. And then it was just maybe 4 hours of journey. They made all the yaks and everything cross the river. I've witnessed it for the first time. The river is taking the goats and yaks with them, and then they're trying to catch them, and all of this. It was quite fascinating to see all of this. And then we came back to the same hut where it was warm water. Everyone was shaving there, taking a shower. Then we slaughtered the goat and we cooked it, because that's the only place where you have, wood sticks to burn a fire. So we cooked the whole meat in a one day. And Ramon and Bakhsh, they were the two guys from 2%. They were really, active, and they were cooking for us and everything. And then we ate half of it right there, and the other half we took on the way back. Anyways, we camped there. It was such a nice scenery there. I personally felt like it's such a nomadic life here. Then the next morning we crossed from the same pass, came back to 2%, and 3 days on the way back, but for me like the most easiest, because I was on the horse. I arrived in 2%, and then whatever I had left over, I gave it to my cousin. I said, take all of these stuff, these are yours. You almost saved my life. I was so exhausted and so gone. And then we took a picture at Baba Hundi with them, and then we said goodbye to each other, and then I came back home. Did you find the story interesting?